Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Intro to Processing JS, a collection of libraries, a collection of tutorials for the Processing JS library. The Processing JS library is a library in JavaScript for visual shapes and games. Processing JS can be used for games, graphics, and much more. Today you'll be learning how to use coloring and outlines. You might even learn how to make this, an easy rainbow background made in just 4 lines. Let's get into the video. So, let's get on to the tutorial. So, the command to color objects and shapes is fill. Fill takes RGB, an RGB value. The Khan company has an RGB picker that you can use for easy color picking purposes. I picked purple, and now I'll make a purple circle. Now here we have a purple circle. Now you might be wondering, how do you get rid of these ugly lines around the circle? You can easily get rid of them with no stroke. No stroke takes no parameters and just is just a function you can call. If you want to enable stroke again, just call stroke. Stroke is like fill but enables outline and it takes an RGB color value. Now the second rectangle that we have has a stroke. You can also make the stroke bigger or smaller with stroke weight. If we make it 10, then as you can see it has a much bigger stroke. Anyway, that's pretty much it, except for color mode. Color mode is a mode where you can change the color mode. So the default is RGB, and I'll show you what HSB is. HSB stands for hue, saturation, and brightness, while RGB stands for red, green, blue. So hue is the first parameter which mainly changes the color, and saturation and brightness makes it darker and brighter and more lively or more dull. So right now the background is red because the background is always default as 255, 255, 255. But 255 is completely red. So I'll show you how to easily pick colors. So let's just pick a random value 55 and let's keep the other ones to under 55. So rectangle, and we have a yellow rectangle. You can change this accordingly, and you can make it 105 to make it green, and so on. Now I'll show you how to make that rainbow background at the start of the video. So we change the color mode to HSB to make things easier. Then we use something called a draw function. You'll learn more about that in the next tutorials, but draw function is basically an endless loop that always keeps running. Now, as you can see, we have a restart button, so we can restart the program. So, if you know JavaScript, regular JavaScript, this is basically like set interval, but it has a frame rate. So, usually the frame rate is 60 frames per second, so it's like set interval like 100 or something. So now we'll make it. So we'll use background, which changes the background. It also takes an RGB value or an HSV value. As you can see, we have HSV right now. So now we'll put frame count percent 255. The percent module is the percent thing makes it so that when it reaches 255, it goes back to 0. Then we'll put 255, 255, and we'll finally add the semicolon. And we have a rainbow background. And frame count is the number of frames that happened. As you can see, it's changing and it looks very cool. The last thing I'll tell you is about the alpha parameter. The alpha parameter makes it less transparent or more transparent. So here we have fill. To fill, let's make a blue circle in the middle. And then we'll put a rectangle on top of the circle, which is a black rectangle. And it completely covers the circle and we cannot see anything. But if you change the alpha to 50, if you change the alpha to 50, we can see part of the circle. The more it is, the less. So 230, you can see barely anything. 210, you can see a bit. 220, you can see a bit more. And 0, you can see everything. Okay, so that's it for today. Bye.